it's a different track. Each corner's way different. I don't know if there's 3 corners there, or 5 corners, or 6 corners. It's just it's a different place, but it's really technical and it's unique. And I actually really like racing there. I like qualifying there and just trying to figure out how to get your car to where it's good in all 3 corners. You may not be great in all 3 corners, but you're good in all 3 corners, and you can actually race and be really competitive all day long. It's a cool track.
It is a fun track. It'll be more challenging and fun and interesting, I think, this time, being able to shift, because there's a lot more chances of things going wrong, and you have a lot more control over things that are going on. So I think that'll add a different element to the race again, which I think will make it a little bit more exciting.
Pocono is one of those tracks where it's so very different. It's like it's its own unique identity, with the 3 corners being very different. Turn 1, very bumpy, high bank, high speed. And you get to turn 2, which I think that's the most important turn at Pocono, the tunnel turn. That corner gets real slick. As the race progresses, it's tough to gain time through there, but it's really easy to lose time. And then you have the long sweeping turn 3. That's a challenge. Some drivers love the place. Some drivers hate it. Like Denny Hamlin, I think he went there his first time and won. Carl Edwards did the same thing. I've had a good amount of success there. It's one of those places where if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you're always fighting that uphill battle.
It's one of my favorite racetracks just because it's so difficult. It's challenging because there's 3 different corners, 3 different bankings, 3 different length straightaways. NASCAR's thrown a little bit of a soft pitch to us this year with the changing of the transmission ratio, so we'll actually be shifting kind of like we used to in ways that we haven't been. Going back the last couple of years, we weren't allowed to shift, and then before that, with the old style race car, we could. So adds a different twist to it for the drivers and for the crew chiefs to get the ratios right, get the car handling when you're shifting and when you're not.
To be aggressive and for the car to perform properly at that track, and in order to make passing, more capable, we really needed to shift at that racetrack. And so, they made a rule that said your third gear ratio has to be this. Except for road racing, you can have kind of whatever you want within this range. Well, Pocono probably should have fell under that in the beginning with, at least 1 or 2 option third gear. But I'm certainly grateful that they gave it back to us, because certainly you're going to see a better race at Pocono, more passing, and, that's what the cars needed, and the engines. We needed that gear to be able to shift at Pocono.